Hello, everybody. I'm usually here talking about the Fresh Book Festival, and I will talk about that for just a few minutes. The Fresh Book Festival will be held in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach in February 2025, and we're excited about being in our 14th year. It's amazing how time flies. And we've met so many amazing people and been a part of so many amazing people's lives in that journey for the Fresh Book Festival. But tonight, on the dates for the festival are February 20th through the 22nd. But tonight, I want to talk about being single, sexy, I think sexy, and 70 years old, and being diagnosed with breast cancer. So when you think about breast cancer diagnosis, you think about people who are younger, maybe someone who's taken hormones, maybe someone who's had family genealogy, maybe someone who didn't really take care of themselves when they were younger, or even during their path, their journey of life. But then there are those of us who have more or less done, the right thing with your life, if you call it the right thing. Try to stay healthy, try to eat right, try to live a God engineered life, not an universally planned life, not really expecting too much except for the plan that God has for you. When you accept it, you walk through the doors that are open and you make sure that you give it your all to make things better for your life and your family. And you go through your getting your mammograms, you're making sure that you are seeing your OBGYN, getting your blood tests done. Now, I must admit, in my 20s, I probably missed a couple of years of all that. In my 30s, after I had my child, I became more succinct about doing the things you're supposed to do to become healthy, because you're living for not only your mate, but you're living for your child. And so you try to do things a little bit different. You might not, party as much, or be on the wild side that you might have been in your 20s, because your 30s, you're building, generational wealth. You're thinking about making sure that you have the best things you have for your child. And you're grinding and just living your life. But then the magic happens, and God has given you the ability to reach that golden age of 62 to 65 or 67. I don't know what your birthday is, where you can now decide that you can slow down and maybe retire. And you've done everything, physical things you're supposed to do, go to the doctor, get your blood. But then 6 months before you turn 70, which is something that you never think about when you are that age. You think, I'm done, I'm through, I can roll through the golden ages and travel and do other things and write more. I'm a writer. Um, and be a part of life on the other side, not having to wake up at I don't know, some ungodly hour, 6 in the morning anymore. You don't have to do that anymore. I mean, you kind of roll out at 9 o'clock and start your day, do your first Zoom at 10 and prepare for your day the rest of the day, which goes pretty fast when you're retired. But you never really retire. I mean, I'm not really retired. I have a whole lot of irons in the fire, but these are things that I enjoy doing. These are not things that I have to do. These are things that have given me pleasure over the years that I can put more time into. My writing interviewing people who have written books. I think that's very important that we give young people a platform for them to sell their books on, no matter how big or how small. The internet is www dot, so that's worldwide. Anytime you get the ability to come on camera and put the word out there about your book or your drawings or whatever it is that you do, um, then that's the thing that you should do. But then you go to the doctor and the doctor says, looks like you might have breast cancer. And the first thing you think of is, I'm almost 70 years old. Do you got the right paperwork? Because it cannot be me. It just cannot be me. It's, I'm past that point. I don't take hormones. I'm not breastfeeding. I do not smoke. So how is it that I have been diagnosed with breast cancer? And you feel like, oh my goodness, why me? Why me? Why now? And you go through the kind of pity party and say, I just this is not on the calendar. I live my life by my calendar. This was not in the plan to have a diagnosis of breast cancer. But I guess I'm coming to you. And then I say, why me? And then I woke up yesterday, and as it always happens to me, the voice of God said, why not you? And why not share your journey? Because there are a lot of people out there your age, single, sexy, and 70 who have no idea that they can be diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, let me lay the groundwork. I have no genetics for breast cancer. I do have people in the family, but not in my genealogy line, that has had breast cancer. And so did the genetic testing, did the BRCA, did all that, came back completely clear. So how was it me? How was it me that it happened to? And when I think back, I think, well, your breasts, right? One is always bigger than the other. But my left breast was always, I always used to talk to it and say, hey, why are you so small? I don't understand. And why can't you grow up to be like your sister on the right? And come to find out that she was always sick, but was never detected, right? Mammograms every year, but was caught at a time when I'm very grateful too, because it was caught very early. And I had a team of doctors. I live in Florida, who are amazing, because I'm still going on this journey. But you really have to say to yourself, what is the life lesson? One of the life lessons is to, of course, watch your weight. A lot of this has to do with hormones, right? I did take hormones at a certain point in my life, not for a long period of time. A lot of it has to do with maybe birth control pills. So it affects everybody differently. But the point I'm trying to make is, get your mammogram, no matter what your age. If your insurance will not pay for it, there are communities out there are businesses out there that will help you get your mammogram paid for. Don't stop your mammograms at 50. Don't stop your mammograms at 60, because if I had stopped, excuse me, I would not have caught the breast cancer. And if you're sexually active, even at 70, which, I don't think that that's a problem. You want to make sure that you still go to the gynecologist, get that taken care of. But what I will say is the journey is long. And it's not the first time that I've been involved with someone with a breast cancer issue. Because if you live long enough, you're going to have girlfriends, mothers, wives, aunties who have to go through it, but you never think it's going to be you. You never think it's going to be you. But what I will say now is that it's not like it was 50 years ago. Really, they've come such a long way. Once they have diagnosed you and they pinpoint exactly where the breast cancer is, they kind of put in a scout. So I don't know if it blinks or whatever, but shows you where the breast cancer is. So they're very succinct about where to go to in order to pull it out. Um, Fortunately, it was not in my lymph node, so that really, really is a blessing. But I guess what I want to say is the technology is amazing. Make sure you get a second opinion. I had three opinions because, I didn't think it was, not me. I can't get it. There's no way. But once I got past the fact that, yes, it is you. And if you want to be here to see more life, you have to take care of the life that you have right now. And so we are in the middle of it right now and faring pretty well. I mean, you do get to the point where you're kind of depressed because you think, this is just annoying. I want to get on with my life. But you will not get on with your life if you don't take care of taking care of the diagnosis that you have. So if you are in your late 60s and you are a melanated female, and I don't know that it has anything to do with melanation, but I can only come from it from my perspective because I am a single, sexy, 70 melanated woman. I think that we have to be very diligent about making sure that we take care of our health and our weight. Now, I will tell you that a couple of doctors said, you've been on the fluffy side for most of your life. And when you carry that weight, it, I guess, gives you, builds up more hormones. Now, I don't know all the technical side to it, but I do know that if I had probably, well, I don't know. One of the things they say is that your weight, because you build some hormones and you build too much, you might want to be more careful about your weight and what you carry and and how long you carry that weight. So, and there's nothing I can do about that because I'm on the other side of the weight issue. We'll try to do much, much better in the future. Um, I am a carb lady. I do like a bagel, you know. I do like bread. I'm like Oprah. I love bread. And so, unfortunately, I don't have the money, so you can't make bread that doesn't have yeast in it and all the other good stuff. So, um, but truly blessed. And I guess I just wanted to bring this word to you today to say, ladies, it doesn't matter what your age is, because I really thought I was out of the water. I thought I would skate for whatever lifeline is left and be able to be as healthy as I can be at this age. But I think I think I'm doing the right thing. And that is sharing my story and making sure that people understand that it could be you. Just when you think it was safe to get out of the water, it could be you. And if you are in Florida, anywhere around the Daytona Beach area, and you're having a hard time getting a mammogram, contact me. My email address is freshbookfestivals@gmail.com, freshbookfestivals@gmail.com, and we will find a way to get you a mammogram because it's very, very, very important. So It's the Fresh Book Festival. I don't want you to forget that. It is in February in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach. It is February 20th to the 22nd. And yes, take care of yourself. It just might be you. And my grandfather used to say, Donna, when it's not something, then you're not here. So it'll always be something until you're not here. It's whether you take that something and do something better with it. So this is my something that I hope it will help someone who is in the midst of what I call a healing journey to make sure that you get your mammograms every year and do your breast diagnosis. I mean, make sure you fill it up all by yourself and make sure things are good. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the Fresh Book Festival in February 2025 in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach. Good night.